Hello there everyone and welcome. My name is Waffles the Asian Yenber and today I'm here to help you build a team for your brand new Super Saiyan GT Vegeta. Now of course we're going to talk about his own team, the GT Heroes and Vegeta's family team first, but then we are going to talk about his other categories like Pure Saiyans, Super Saiyans, Worthy Rivals, etc. So we'll get into all that. Of course timestamps are down in the description below, but let's first talk about GT Heroes and Vegeta's family. Now with this, unlike the GT Goku, you do want to have a little more crossover between these two, just because Vegeta's family is a little more limited than the Goku's family team, but overall you should still be able to make a pretty good team with this. Now, looking at all his possible linking partners, I think his best one out of GT Heroes and Vegeta's family is probably this GT Super Saiyan Goku. He's going to share the most links, he's going to also be another GT hero, and so they can both buff to each other based on their passive here, the additional defense, and Vegeta gets his additional attack, and the extra rainbow orbs should mean that you are going to get a lot of orbs overall. So that should be pretty good and will probably help the Vegeta. Again, I would say maybe Vegeta goes second slot, GT Goku goes first slot out of these two. Other linking partners though, if you don't have them, you could also run Super Saiyan 4 Vegeta, Super Saiyan 4 Goku, or you can run them just with their like AGL Super Saiyan 4 Vegeta and STR Super Saiyan 4 Goku. Those all basically have the same links as the GT Goku here. It's just GT Goku shares one more link, I believe, than the other ones. So overall, you have some options on what you actually want to link with him. He doesn't have any super perfect strong linking partners like the GT Goku does, but they are pretty decent linking partners. So I would say go with those as your main rotation. Now, you're going to throw some other units from Vegeta's family as your other main rotations, for example, LR SSBE plus AGL SSBE, or you can run a more like a bulkier rotation with AGL Super Saiyan 2 Vegeta, which if you haven't gotten this guy easy aid, he is a fantastic defensive unit, and you can get him for free on a lot of the like special ticket times, especially during like Tanabata, or I believe it's during Christmas for Global. You can pick up one of these, very good unit. But you can link him with this free-to-play Vegeta's family, Super Vegeta and Super Trunks, who raise their attack and defense, so that rotation should be very, very bulky. So you can go with something like LR Super Saiyan Blue Vegeta and AGL SSBE, or you can go more defensive with these. You do have a lot of supports you can run as floaters, so I'd say run GT Pan, of course after the Easy A, so she's got her damage reduction. You could run this Trunks and Goten, which is very, very good. Attack and defense 40% for Vegeta's family units, and even for Goku's family units if you happen to be running Goku's family units like GT Goku. You could also run this Gohan and Goten, although I would say he's kind of worse. If you have the Trunks and Goten, run them instead, but he is going to give attack and defense 40% for GT Heroes category allies. But again, he's not going to really do anything for your Vegeta's family rotation, so he's one of the worst supports you can use. But overall, I'd say as far as supports, go with one of these two or both. They're pretty fantastic. So overall, that's what we're going to do for GT Heroes and Vegeta's family. Let's look at the next category. So then when we go to Pure Saiyans over here, you'll find that he's got actually a lot of options. But first, with linking partners, you can run either this Super Saiyan Vegeta, who could also function as your leader just to fill multiple slots. You could of course pair him with the GT Goku we were talking about before, any of the Super Saiyan 4 Gokus and Vegetas we just talked about a little bit ago, and ultimately you could even run him with this Int Super Vegeta, although this one, not really the best unit to use as much anymore. He has kind of fallen off a little bit. He's a little too old. You can see here he's from 2019. So unfortunately, he's a little bit weak defensively now, but he is still a good linking partner, so you could run him there. I would say maybe go with the Super Saiyan Vegeta, because in the first two forms, your GT Vegeta is actually going to link very well. If you want to instead run Super Saiyan Blue Vegeta as your leader, I would say just run him on a rotation with LR Super Saiyan Blue Evolution Vegeta, which we have right over somewhere here. It's kind of lost, but he's in there somewhere. Then you could also run other rotations like, of course, LR UI Goku, Int UI, STR Kale, Tech Caulifla. There are so many good Pure Saiyans rotations. You can basically just pick and choose, pick two fun ones, pick a leader, pick a linking partner for GT Vegeta, and you're set. Some other things just to mention though, really, yeah, you just run whatever good units you want to there, because Pure Saiyans is just such a wide category. So you should be able to basically team build just as long as you got 2 good rotations, you're good to go. So let's go to the next one. Now, when it comes to the Super Saiyans category, of course, you've got the Super Saiyan Vegeta as a linking partner, but I would suggest going with the GT Goku if you've got him, just because of the GT Heroes buff you get here. You get him from the Goku getting defense and the Vegeta getting attack. Now, you do need a leader, and just like with GT Goku, we're gonna run the Namek Saga Rage Goku. He's not the best unit, so we're going to float him and instead run some other Super Saiyans for the main rotation. So taking a look at just some possibilities here, you could run a Goten and Trunks rotation. You could run Gotenks and Gotenks. You can run GT Goku paired with, sorry, we got another GT Goku over there, but we could run Broly as a floater. Even looking at some other things here, you can run, Vegito. You can run Gohan with Goku. There's plenty of possibilities in the Super Saiyans category. So let's just move on to the next one. Now, when it comes to worthy rivals, you're going to notice that it is a very limited team. So your options aren't quite there. But if we take a look at possible leaders, you're going to notice you've got Physical Piccolo, which does have a slightly stronger leader skill with Namekians, but ultimately I would say if you've got this guy, Super Saiyan 2 Vegeta Angel form, definitely is the better lead. He's also got the 150% attack for worthy rivals, same thing as Kami and Piccolo, 150% for worthy rivals. So if you've got him, I'd say bring him. He also happens to link very, very well with our guy GT Vegeta. So if you happen to be running him as a leader, there you go. You got a main rotation paired right there. The Rainbow Ores from Int Vegeta are going to be nice and helpful for this Vegeta because he's going to be able to get his extra ki rising up to give attack and defense 4% up. So that is very, very good. On top of that, though, you could also run the Super Saiyan Vegeta because he's on Worthy Rivals. You could run Super Saiyan 4 Vegeta as a linking partner because, again, he's on Worthy Rivals. So those are all possibilities for this main rotation with GT Vegeta. But you still need one other rotation, and unfortunately, while it is limited, you do still have LR Super Saiyan Blue Vegeta and AGL Super Saiyan Blue Vegeta, which is a good rotation. So I would say still go with that. Now, if we look at other Worthy Rivals units to just include as floaters, we can run Android 17 for support, Ki +3, defense 60%, and he's got a little bit of damage reduction there, so he's okay. Or we can run the super defensive Super Saiyan 2 Vegeta, which I think is also one that you should include. So overall, I would say go with this one linked with your Int GT Vegeta. If you don't have that, go Piccolo as a floater, then run a rotation with Super Saiyan 4 or Super Saiyan Vegeta paired with GT Vegeta. Run a rotation with these two, and then have your floaters, these two. If you've got Piccolo, then throw on maybe just the Super Saiyan 2 Vegeta. All that being said, let's go to the next one. Now, for Giant Ape Power, it's basically going to be the same thing that we were doing with GT Goku. Of course, you're going to have Int Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta as a leader, which if you want to run him, you could also run our guy SS4 Vegito as a main rotation if you want to do that. However, you could instead run Super Saiyan 4 Goku plus Super Saiyan 4 Vegeta as one rotation, and GT Vegeta plus GT Goku as another rotation, which I think actually might even be more powerful. So I would say go with Int Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta as a floater, GT Goku plus GT Vegeta as one rotation, SS4 Goku plus SS4 Vegeta as another rotation, and finally finish with SS4 Vegito as a floater because of his Giant Ape Power, Ki +1, attack and defense 20%. So hopefully that helps. Let's go to our next one. Now, when we get to our next category, Prodigious Warriors, you're of course going to be running the Goten and Trunks here. Now, I would say if you're running this Goten and Trunks, one, you do have access to Kamehameha, but just for funsies, we're going to run just Prodigious Warriors because there are a couple cool category rotations here that you can actually run. But if you want to include those Kamehameha units, you're going to have a field day. There's tons of good units in that category. But just looking at Prodigious Warriors, I would say run Trunks and Goten as a main rotation paired with like another Trunks and Goten. If I can find where I put those guys. Here we go. Paired with another Trunks. You can do that as one rotation. And then the GT Vegeta paired with either the Super Saiyan 2 Vegeta or Super Saiyan 4 Vegeta. Both of those would be fantastic. Or if you want to dip into the Kamehameha team, you can run GT Goku again because GT Goku is still very, very good for him. But if we're looking at some other rotations, you actually have some pretty cool ones. Of course, AGL and LR or LR SSBE Vegeta, those two great together. But you've also got physical Angel Frieza plus free-to-play Int Frieza. This is a fantastic rotation. It is one of my favorites. So I would say this one is really cool if you want to run this. That's pretty awesome. Now you also, of course, have Gotenks and Gotenks. And if you want to run a support, you got this Tech Goten with 40% support for Prodigious Warriors, which also gives you another reason to not run Kamehameha and instead just run Prodigious Warriors. Now, if you do want to run Kamehameha, there are a ton of possible options, and we talked about those a bit in the GT Goku team build. It's essentially just the same kind of rotations there. So if you want to check out that video, it's going to be linked down in the description. But if you want to focus more on the Prodigious Warriors because you're Vegeta and you don't need help from Goku, there you go. All right, so I hope that helps you team build for your brand new GT Vegeta. If it did, let me know in the comments down below, and we should be back with some more videos. I know that we are going to be covering how many stones you can earn during the Golden Week celebration coming up very soon next week. So go ahead and check that out. Hopefully you guys like this. Hope you have a good day, a good week, a good life, and don't forget to like the video and subscribe to my channel. Okay, bye-bye.